Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am finally here to talk Spy X Family. Um, the reason why I did not get this video up a lot sooner was because I was very busy the day it came out. And then, I went to the Clipper game, so I didn't have enough time in my schedule to watch and review it. Like, I still have I have two other anime I got a freaking that came out on Friday that I have to review, which are Heron San and Science. I fell in Science, or I when I fell in love, so I used Science to tried to prove it. And then I still have to do my fairy tale manga chapter review as well. But anyways, we are finally here with Spy X Family, which is the one anime leading up to this episode everybody was talking about, that this is something that seems interesting. And the premise is this spy who essentially is, well, making a family just so he can achieve his spy mission. And it's actually pretty interesting. Now, apparently the girl's gonna be the wife is like, I think, some sort of assassin or something, while he's a spy. Now, the girl, I just thought this was just some regular girl, but we find out that Anya, essentially actually is a telepathic, or she can hear people's thoughts, and stuff like that, which is pretty cool, an interesting power. But this episode, man, was this episode good? I enjoyed it, and I can't wait for more. This is definitely going to be the best anime of the season, unless there's like an underrated sleeper. But this show was great. So we kind of start off. Our boy, his name is Lloyd, but well, his real name's Twilight. His spy name is Twilight. He changes his name to Lloyd for this new persona. But we essentially find out that the main basic premise is there are the east side and the west side of, I guess, these two countries that are willing to come to a truce, and they're willing to come and have world peace and discuss and talk and everything. But there's like this party, I forgot who the bad guy is, but there's this bad guy that kind of doesn't want that to happen. So they send Twilight, the spy, to essentially investigate this guy and see his dealings. The only catch is, he has to create a family to do it. Otherwise, he can't get this mission done. And I found it hilarious, is the fact that Twilight, after he was done with the mission, and the thing is, like, he has different personas and everything. Like, he's a spy and pretends to be different people. Like, he has these face masks and everything. Like, he ends up dumping this one chick, who I'm guessing he was pretend dating because he was a spy and everything. And throughout this talk, they're seeing this freaking proposal happening, and this one chick is like, I hope we get married and have kids. And then he dumps her. And then as he's walking away, he's like, yeah, me have a family and have kids. Yeah, maybe in another life I wanted that, but now that I'm a spy, I can't have that now. Which is freaking hilarious. From when, he then gets a call about his new mission, what he's got to do, because this dude is essentially, if his plan goes through, this guy can disrupt all this peace talk between the East and the West countries, and everything. And they're like, yeah, in order to do that, you need to infiltrate a school his son goes to. And to do that, you're going to need to start a family with a wife and a kid. And the guy's like, he's like, you're joking, are you? They're like, no, you're not we're not joking. You need to create, you need to have a family. And it's funny because he screams out on the train. He's like, how do you expect me to create a child in 7 days? Which is freaking hilarious and everything. So he ends up taking the persona of Lloyd. And what he does is, the first thing he does is he goes to this orphanage to go look for a kid. And he's just looking around. He's like, I need to just have a kid. And after my mission's done, I'll just dump him off in another orphanage and just move my merry way and stuff like that. And we see this kind of drunken landowner who clearly hasn't been taking good care of the building, nor we don't know how he treats the kids. But, Twilight, he asks, like, Okay, who I need a kid that can write and talk and stuff like that, read and write. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I got the perfect kid for you. Here's this girl named Anya, um and stuff like that. She can do all that stuff, and she kind of pisses me off and everything. So yeah. um and the thing is, when we kind of find out, she's a telepathic, she can read his mind and everything. We also kind of find out some background information about Anya, which I'll get into in a quick second. And Anya um, just tells the audience she doesn't know this, or we don't know this, or no, Lloyd doesn't know this, or Twilight doesn't know this. My bad. So he ends up taking her in. The relationship between the two is very funny because she's very clingy, she's very cute and adorable, and she likes spy stuff. And the one ongoing trend she continued to say throughout the episode is like, hey, Papa, can I have a pistol with a silencer on it? And then when after like the part when she ends up getting captured and everything, and the mob boss ends up shooting this guy, she's like, a pistol with a silencer. I was laughing my butt off. I'm like, okay, she's just flat out adorable. She is cute as all get up. But I loved how Twilight's like, listen, from this point on, you're my pop. I'm your papa. You gotta make sure you understand that, and that's how it's always gonna be, and stuff like that. And so she's like, okay, sure. And she's in spy stuff, and she kind of sometimes gives some things away, and the dude's like, oh, she's a headache and everything. And he doesn't know how to raise a kid and how a kid needs to be like kind of raised, so he's kind of learning the whole thing and everything there, and stuff like that. But it gets to a point in the episode the following day, he literally is trying to like say, no, you need to stay here, you need to stay, but she's hiding in all different places, and he does damn near like literally putting this like garbage, this thing in front of his door just to prevent her from getting out, everything. And then I guess this person who he's working alongside it, he's like, man, you better hope you're not getting into like child abuse or something. But I found some information here you need, or here's like the test entry form and stuff like that. Also, I found out some more information about this kid. Now we actually find some information from Anya herself, as well as this person from here. We find out that Anya has been adopted 4 different times, and she's always been taken back to the orphanage because, she's unique in her own way. And I'm guessing the people didn't, find her, like, I guess, kid material. And we also find out that Anya is a genetically, like, modified, created human that has telepathy abilities. And essentially, these doctors were telling Anya, like, you cannot tell anybody about your telepathy. And that's the thing, that's why she hasn't told Twilight, oh yeah, I can read your mind and everything, your thoughts. So you have to wonder, is that gonna happen when she eventually tells him, like, hey, I have telepathy and stuff like that. So yeah. But what happens, sorry guys, but what happens is she's kind of messing around because she's kind of bored and stuff like that, and she messes around with Twilight's little thing that essentially sends out signals. And this mob gang actually ends up hacking the said signal, and they end up going to his house, capturing Anya and everything. So and everything, so they know it's Twilight and they know it's him. He comes back, they try to jump him, but that fails and everything. And it looks like, they caught him, but what they do is they kind of do a bait and switch because they think they caught him. But he actually just pretended to be the guy who brought him in, brought him in. He gets Anya, and he kind of tells Anya, like, listen, take this sheet, go to the police. And in his mind, he's thinking, like, the police are going to find her. They're going to see her that she's kind of an orphan, take her back to an orphanage. I don't want to get this girl caught in the crossfire because this is too dangerous, and everything. And at the meantime, Anya's reading his memories, or not his memories, his mind. And she doesn't really want that because, well, this is like the first person to actually give her a chance and, take her in, and stuff like that. So what happens is he takes out the rest of the mob the mob gang, and he kind of holds a gun to the gang leader, and he's like, listen, I know your daughter, I know everything about her and there are things that she likes and stuff like this. She's like, for her sake, I won't kill you as long as you leave me alone and stuff like that. So yeah, and obviously the mob boss is like, okay, fine, sure, I'll agree. I wonder if that daughter is the girl, the wife, which we're gonna see next week. So yeah. um and anyways, he's walking out, he sees Anya and he's like, what are you doing here? And obviously Anya doesn't want to leave his side and everything because, well, she loves him and stuff like that. That's like her dad in a way. So that was nice and sweet. It cut some times past, and she's doing the exam. And it's funny because early in the exam, what is it, she's like, I can just read people's mind. And he's like, no, you're not going to cheat to do that. You're gonna do it fair and square. And so she starts the exam and she's trying to look at everybody else and she's reading other kids' mind, and their kids are like, I don't even know these answers. This is stupid. This is man. I'm gonna be in trouble. And she's like, ugh. Also, can I just say this? The facial expressions by Anya were utterly priceless, utterly hilarious, funny as all get up. I enjoyed damn near all the facial, the face reactions she made. Hilarious, sweet, adorable, cute little girl right there. So yeah. But what happens is, she remembers Twilight teaching her the stuff, so she ends up passing the exam. He passes out. The one thing I did like is he did show, like overjoyed happiness, like, like, oh man, he's like, you did it, I know you did it. He's holding up like, and stuff like that. And because the thing is, his whole thing is, after mission's done, I'm gonna take her back to an orphanage, and that's gonna be it. But I think how this is gonna go is he's eventually going to our boy Twilight, and eventually whoever the girl gets introduced, they probably have their own motives to do what they're doing. They're just being like, we're gonna abandon this kid and stuff like that, and leave take her. But I feel like as the weeks go by, as the more we get, they're gonna be very attached to Anya, and they're gonna actually see her like, no, this is our daughter. So I feel like that's where the story is definitely gonna go. It's like, it's gonna be like the spy not really just doing his work, but he's gonna get closer to Anya and he's gonna be like, no, this is somebody I care about deeply. He ends up passing out because he's exhausted, because he stayed up teaching her all this stuff and everything. And it was funny because Anya's like, Daddy, you're not dead anything, or you're not dead. Anyways, they go back home. He ends up getting a mail. He's asleep. The one cute moment is, she's trying to wake him up, but she likes her dad so much. She likes Twilight. She sleeps under his arm. You get a nice father-daughter moment right there, and then the episode ends. He wakes up. He's like, what the hell are you doing? Are you trying to kill me? And I'm like, bruh, your daughter's just trying to sleep with you, my guy. But she gives him the letter, and that's the next part of their plan. That's the next part, and that's the mail from the school. And the episode ends up with the fact that the next part in their enrollment is they have to have a parent conference, and both parents have to be there, which means not only the father has to be there, there has to be a mother. So our boy is gonna have to get a wife, and we're gonna get introduced to the wife character next week. So yeah, but this show is gonna be so dang good. I just have a feeling it's already gonna have 24 episodes. It's just the next part of it, Core 2, is going to air in the fall. The first 13 episodes are going to air. I think the first 12 or 13 episodes are going to air this season in the spring, and then we're going to come back in the fall for more SpyxFamily. But I really did enjoy this show. I feel like we're going to get some very funny, wholesome moments, as well as some cool action moments too. Anya definitely is a show stealer. She's adorable, cute. What else can you ask for a little kid? And stuff like that, and it's gonna be great. I think our boy Twilight's a Chad. I hope Girl is introduced as waifu material too, and stuff like that. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on SpyxFamily. Sorry for getting this video out super late. I had a lot of things come up in my personal life that are busy and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Guys, like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on SpyxFamily, as well as hit that subscribe button. You want to get more SpyxFamily content or any of the other Spring of Anime 2022 um, anime content. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully, you guys are staying safe up there. Until then, guys, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.